Uso said no. More like Jay. Ooh, Snow. Yeah! I'm Jeygment with my review of WWE Raw from Salt Lake City, home of the Utah Jazz and the home state of BYU University, an accredited university full of crackpots, ran by crackpots, and let's be honest, read up about the state of Utah. While there's some cool people there in Utah, there's a lot of really weird-ass, crazy Mormon people that really should pull their heads out of their goddamn asses and out of their storybook, because all religion is based around various storybooks. That's enough dumping on the Mormon religion and on the state of Utah. While I'm sure there are cool people there from Utah, I mean, let's be perfectly honest, the Utah Jazz also look the other way with Karl Malone. Read up about Karl Malone. Great basketball player. And a goddamn piece of shit that sure loves him young. BYU, huh? Young is in the name of that. That actually makes a whole lot of sense as to why people in Utah would have looked the other way and the franchise would have looked the other way. And let's stop dumping on that. I'm going to talk about the fact that this review is up hours later than usual because I decided to break from tradition. Unless I have to close on a Monday and I have to catch up on Raw on DVR, unless I'm just absolutely just blitz tired, more often than not, I will watch Raw live, even if I have to sit through a whole bunch of bullshit. But you know what I decided to do? I looked at this lineup. It didn't look all that enticing. And I decided to go to the local Regal Cinemas near me. And Regal has a mystery movie every Monday. Or maybe not every Monday, but occasional Mondays. And I decided to finally go and do that because I've been doing this for most of this year. And I was like, why the hell not? So I watched some of Raw. I wonder if you can guess when I decided to just say, fuck it, I'm going to hit record here and go and come back and watch it later. I bet you can guess exactly when I decided to check out of this whole goddamn show. And I decided to watch it, and I ended up watching Dumb Money. And obviously it was a mystery, didn't know what the hell the goddamn movie was, but cool. I didn't really have any expectations, and were they met? Well, you have to check out my review. I will say, though, Dumb Money was very entertaining, but just how entertaining, have to check out the review. So yeah, Raw. Let's get to Raw now. So yeah, Cody. They're in Salt Lake City. 8,700 people according to WrestleTix. I would imagine that was probably, a good capacity crowd. They weren't going to use the whole arena, but nevertheless. Cody wants to talk about Jay. Here's Dominic. Booze. Plenty of booze. Booze forever. Rhea won't be there because she's selling the injuries for Nia. Thankfully, Raquel wasn't there either. But Rhea has eyes for Jay, and all of this was taking just forever. Priest and Balor showed up. We go to break. Riddle is off Raw again. Just cut him. Just cut Riddle. I don't mean cut him from Raw. Just cut him. He does not need to be there. They put him through rehab, and you would have thought he would have gotten, better. No, he clearly didn't. Cody took on Dominic. 12 minutes into the show, the thing began. Dragon Lee is in the front row because he's going to face Dominic next week for the North American Championship because they are bound and determined to basically neutralize Dragon Lee as much as possible. Like, yeah, he's getting paid well, but he has not been featured in really anything good. At least sustainable. So, yeah, this was quick. This was quick. Of course, Dominic fucking botched a goddamn suplex in a 3-minute match. He couldn't even do a suplex right, you fucking goddamn motherfucking... I'm trying to be nice, because I know that he's trying to work hard. The in-ring work, none of us will live long enough for him to get good in the ring. Cody at a crossroads, 1, 2, 3. And then Owens and Zayn show up. Are we getting a 6-man tag later? I wrote, please no. Owens wants to talk to Cody, so then we go to an ad break. And what Jay did, we know what Jay did. And Cody's like, my job is to make, make them happy, make people happy. Yeah, okay, try having less performative, promos and actually sound like you mean them. Anyway, Jay deserves a second chance. Owens says, I trust you guys, but I can't do it. Owens noted for turning on all his tag partners and his friends. Maybe that's why he feels he can't trust Jay, because I know how bad people can get. Recaps of, Nia's unwelcome return, and look, putting aside all the obvious bullshit. Nia doesn't deserve another chance because she has not shown a willingness to get better in the ring. She's not good. She's never going to be good. She's never even going to be halfway decent. She is never going to be decent at all. Rhea and Raquel, of course, being taken out and dealing with bruised ribs and anal bleeding. What? Wow. So before I get too angry about Nia, I think somebody needs to say something about Nia. You need to say something about Nia. Because you liked Nia at first until you found out that she didn't want to get the vax. And you don't like vaccines either, but you get them because you want to be healthy. You want to be healthy. Hi. You are not feeling your best right now, are you? He's upset. He's upset, actually, that I decided to abandon him and go to a movie, and oh, big kitty. You're not feeling your best, but that's okay. It's just a weather change. Okay. You made me drop me notes. Goofy sir. So anyway, yeah, here's Kofi. No 2 out of 3 falls match because Eric isn't medically cleared. Oh, God, no. How terrible. Okay, so it's Ivar versus Kofi. And look, I didn't care about this match, but I will admit it got better. They got the crowd into it. It was given about 10 to 12 minutes. Of course, 21 minutes after the first match ended, we got to this. And there was a crossbody by Kofi. And a 2 count off the lateral press by Ivar. Michael Cole's a terrible commentator and deserves to be shamed until he leaves. You fucking moron. Face full of Viking taint multiple times. There was a moonsault that should have been the finish. And then Kofi won with the Trouble in Paradise. And that was a beautiful moonsault. And there were some near falls that got the crowd popping. But good grief. Don't bust out the moonsault unless you're going to have it actually be the finish. And the Viking, a breakout performance for Ivar. He has been there for 7.5 years. I don't think they can break out of the mediocrity they're involved in. So, Jackie, look, I'm sorry. Jackie Redmond, she's trying. I don't think she's cut out to do this stuff on a live program. They probably should put her on NXT. But then again, Mackenzie does the interview. She just doesn't seem natural here. No, you know what? Honestly, Ricochet was talking about facing Nakamura, and then he did. Seth runs down, actually, before that happens, and then security's separating them. Ricochet and Nakamura had a decent match I didn't care about. I just didn't care. I'm sorry. I have no reason to care about Ricochet, especially since SummerSlam, and I have no reason to care about Nakamura. Nakamura tries to get a chair involved, and Ricochet hits him with a chair, and then gets blasted, gets clipped, post, and, ankle shots and all that and everything. And then Rollins runs out and again, gets his back targeted, gets slammed onto the announcer's table. Before that was a backdrop on the chair. And St. Petersburg, Florida is going to get the Rumble. And then Rollins is in the trainer's room. Chelsea Green. Can't figure out where the hell Piper is from. Shayna and Zoe took on Chelsea and Piper. You know what? I don't even have energy for any of the jokes about Zoe. I just don't. I just don't. She was there when the Jumping Bomb Angels won the tag team championships. And I understand actually was trying to prevent Moolah from, having that match take place again at Mania. But nevertheless, why did they bring Nia back when Piper is perfectly serviceable and there are other talented, bigger women that actually could do something good? They could bring Awesome Kong back for like 3 spots and it would be more beneficial than a full-time Nia run. Nia attacks and causes a DQ. This is exactly where I said, that's it. I'm just going to go to the movie early. I went to the theater early and just sat there. Because Nia Jax disgusts me. I honest to God wish the fucking worst for her. Because it's what she deserves. She has not learned. She has not gotten any smarter. She has not realized that she's lucky that someone like her even got a chance to be in wrestling, but the only reason someone like her got a chance to be in wrestling is because of who she knows, not because she's any good. And this was 4 minutes, by the way, maybe. Might have been 3.5 minutes. I'll take out anyone I want. We know, Nia. We know. That's what you do, because you're not talented and you never will be. Pierce then is stopped by Gable. Gable wants one more shot, but then here comes Bronson, interrupts. Back of the line, Gable. Gable says, I've suplexed people bigger than you and as big as you. Gable makes his entrance, and we go to break, and then Jackie is with Jay. Here's Priest. Give me an answer tonight about whether you're with the Judgment Day or not. Jackie then leaves, and the camera is still on them while they're making this proclamation. More Uso divide. Oh, we're trying to get Jimmy, but they're trying to get Jimmy. I feel that you would be good for it. And okay. Gable then took on Here Comes Bronson. I have noted this much. They need to get Maxine and Otis out of there or have them be less goofy because I'm sorry, I don't buy it. That being said, Here Comes Bronson attacks him with a lot of fervor. He tossed him onto the top turnbuckle. That was a beautiful move. This is 13 minutes after the last match ended, by the way, so at least they're getting a little bit better. I don't understand why Gable is doing the diving headbutt. Please stop doing that. Harley Race said to stop doing that. Tsunami! 1, 2, 3. So, then Ciampa is focused on Imperium and throws his chair down. And then Becky, we see recaps of Becky beating Tiffany. We see more Jay stuff. Owen says, see ya. And Zayn says, you have a decision to make. Becky has an open challenge. NXT represents the future. Natty comes out and says, you stepped over everybody to get a title shot, so I feel I deserve a title shot. Natty's put in the work here for 15 years. Becky's been there for a while. And Natty brought up some good points. Natty can work. And the crowd did not care about this at all. And that's unfortunate, because I like Natty. And this is 14 minutes after the last match ended. And we go 30 seconds of the break after Natty does a jump start. Unbelievable. They did some nice back and forth, some good stuff, and a roll-up ended up winning it for Becky, 1, 2, 3. Natty looked all disappointed. Thanks for coming, Natty. You'll probably be back on TV in 2 months. And I like Natty. Do not misunderstand. But they don't know what to do with her. She's just basically there as the veteran stateswoman, I suppose. I don't want to say elder, because she's not old. She's just been there a while. And that's fine. She's been getting healthy paychecks, and she can always be relied on for a reliable match and a good match. Pierce is with Dragon Lee and Dominic. God help us, that match is going to be full of shenanigans. If there is another Regal mystery movie next week, I'm going to watch that instead of watching the Dominic Dragon Lee match live. I can't. I can't watch this idiot. I just can't. I can't watch him waste Dragon Lee. I just can't fucking do it. So anyway, let's bring the kitty back on because I'm getting a little angry. You don't like Dominic. See, you actually didn't mind when him and Ray were tag team champions, but you don't like Dominic. It's because the boos make you think there's something wrong with the TV. Ow. Hi. Okay. Let's wrap up this review. Ciampa then beat Vinci. It was 8 minutes between matches, but he beat him in 3 minutes, and Kaiser looked pissed. And that was pretty much it right there. Utah was doing the wave, showing all the rhythm of, a bunch of Mormons that I would have expected. And then Drew took on Jay. 20 minutes after the 7th match ended, we get to this. And I hate to focus on the timing, but they have a 3-hour show, and they could time this stuff better. I thought we were going to get a double turn. Drew dominates him. Jay comes back, fires back. Dragon Lee showed up as part of Judgment Day. No, Judgment Day shows up. And then we get more teasing. They try to help him. Jay ends up super kicking them all. Gets hit with a Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Judgment Day beats down Jay. No Judgment Jay. Drew is confused, conflicted. Should he help him? Should he not? And then Cody's music hits, and Cody runs down and lays out everybody, including Dominic. That's good. That's great. Just what I want to end with. Some of my least favorite people on the show. Yeah, going forward, you're going to still get Raw reviews, but you will probably be getting some of them later if there is a Regal Mystery movie, because I would much rather watch that than watch some of Raw live. I'm edging closer and closer to cutting out more wrestling, guys. At least more of the weekly wrestling. Maybe diving into more of the older stuff. Maybe going back and rewatching Raw from the beginning. I don't think I could do that, though, because I tried doing that in 2018, and I made it to, August. That being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.